Good morning, family. It's your boy Zulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe, comment. It's been a while, man. I just been basically just watching and studying and just gathering information. That's the best thing you can do right now. Um, let this thing play out. I haven't really been interested in nothing else. I haven't really wanted to talk about women, no infighting or anything like that. The closest that I can get to infighting is just the last few discussions I had on a particular platform, two panels back to back, where I noticed some things um, about a lot of guys that participated on that panel, even the host, um, which I'm just brush up on real fast. Uh, you got to be careful when you go on panels, not because it can get crowded, which we already know, uh, but you got people who host panels who allow their authority, well, who exert their authority, which interferes with the what do you want to call it? What's the word for it? Uh, basically, the fairness and the organic aspect of the conversation. It's like you can engage them or be given the floor, and they'll ask you a question, and when you start speaking, it seems like they understand that you have an answer or a counter response, and they start trying to cut you off or start trying to ask you another question, and they start trying to force the conversation. They really don't let you talk clearly and freely, and then they won't allow you to ask them questions back. So basically, the host can rig their panel. Um, in which I've been knowing things like that been going on. Y'all know I've done a video about abuse of opinion. So I'll probably make a video separate of this particular issue because you really can't have organic conversations with a lot of people in this space. There's a lot of egos flowing around. Um, People have an authority complex. That they don't really want to exchange informations in hopes that the information being relayed between each individual person will lead to an understanding, uh, a list of facts which will amount to the truth. Excuse me. So that's what you got going on, right? Now, another thing too is you'll find that these individuals don't know uh, what they're talking about or what is at stake when certain things take place like this election. Like, I try to point out to these guys, like, when you have one individual saying that that they steal elections, but then you're contradicting yourself saying that you're basically taking a stand that you're trying to say anybody that has complaints about this current election and how it was ran, based upon you already claiming you've seen them steal elections before, but you asking us to prove it, being that we want to get to the bottom of this and we don't feel like the election was handled properly. So on one hand, you're saying you've seen elections being rigged before, but then you telling everybody else who doesn't like what happened with this election to prove something went wrong. It makes no sense, you know. And then that lets you know that these people really can't talk about freedoms, rights, and due process uh, moving forward. So why are you even speaking? See, that's the thing, right? If you if you say elections have been rigged before, and then you refuse to acknowledge, address, and you putting the burden of proof on people who have concerns about this election, that makes you a hypocrite, and it also shows you really don't care about how things are supposed to be done. All right. Now, how can you move forward in the future knowing that at any given time, uh, nobody's going to be afforded due process? And that's the bigger picture here. It's just not about the presidency. It's about, you know, a group within this country, scattered out throughout the government, that feel like in order to get what they want, they're going to bypass everybody's due process. And that's the thing, right? So I want you guys to soak that in and understand that. Be careful when you go on these panels. Really listen to these people hosting these panels and the people that they endorse, uh, and they basically have scheduled and set up on these panels that you can come in contact with as well as them. Be careful. It's a BS going on all the way across the board. Nobody should be okay with this election. There is just an abundance of proof with the newly occurrences in Georgia. You know, these people changed the rule in Georgia as far as deadlines and what ballots could be accepted, you know, upon that deadline, just the same as they did in Pennsylvania, without going through the proper procedure, through the proper authority, the legislator, right? State legislator in Georgia, right? So now you got two of the same types of occurrences with that particular, uh, happening. And then, of course, we know about the voter machines in multiple states, in multiple counties within those states. So it's just inference after inference, and it gets to the point now where it's like, why aren't anybody why isn't everybody concerned? I mean, Republican or Democrat. Now, I can say that, to be honest with you, Democrats, as far as the ones that vote Democrat, very few are informed or aware, you know. So, I mean, and I hate to say that, I really do. That's why I had to pause for a second, because it's like I'm concerned for them, but at the same time, like, they are making it bad for everybody else by being so ignorant and so complacent. Now, these election board staff members in these particular states in question, and then the Secretary of States, which reside over the election boards, um, they need to be removed, fired, removed, voted out. And that's the next course of action after Trump gets done doing what he is doing, and his all his assistants, after they all get done doing what they can do. uh Positions are up for grabs, automatic, they're going to be automatic openings, because people should vote all these Secretary of States and these states out. Any any elected election board members voted out, and then pretty much just the overhaul and removal. That's what should happen. Uh, Really and truly, some people should be interrogated and detained and under investigation. Some pressure should be applied, so some information and some names could be given, because this is serious. This is very serious. I don't know why people, particularly on the Democratic side, or the people who are bipartisan, who that didn't vote. I'm not talking about bipartisan people who voted in that aspect. I'm talking about bipartisan people who didn't vote. Like, you are allowing a situation that would be detrimental in the future in regards to us being able to pick and give consent to who represents us, as well as any type of due process involved that concerns our lives. So let me say something to people who, in which I just did this, what I just said relates to people who don't care one way or the other. But Let me talk about people who don't participate in voting from a long-term practice standpoint, especially conscious, woke, or pro-blacks, right? You live in America, you always complain about the system, the unfairness of it, but not voting and not participating in the system allows the things that you complain about to take place. And then you got this just bold, bold tactic here recently with this election, which proves that really and truly America is to the point to where it's on its heels based upon all races and demographics. So the woe is me black aspect, uh I mean everybody right now can cry wolf pretty much because it's happening to everybody right now. Now I will say to the majority of America, white America, everybody that's non-black on the conservative side, now you see what we're talking about. Now I will agree on that, but I'm still not gonna condone people not participating in the process or seeking positions in the system to change it. Or when you speak about these things, you need to speak with more common sense about it to figure out, better avenues and solutions in regards to our issues. Being black, there is no not do anything, not participate, especially when you want to be over here. Uh, I was born in America. I want to be over here. Do I want to travel and go other places? Yes, I do. Am I interested in dual citizenship? Yes, I am. But I still want to be in America. This is my home. I love it. Um, America has its history of unfairness, but something's on the horizon. And if we don't really come together as a people, uh, there's a different entity that's getting ready to take this country over, and it's not going to be the same old song. So, you know, people gonna have to come from their neutral positions or their inactivity and really get involved and see what's important. And what's important is rights and due process for everybody right now, because it's slowly but surely being attacked. You know, don't be fooled by the election alone. The same problem is going to be your problem pretty soon. So you just keep playing around. But a lot of people should be getting arrested and be in jail. Definitely, people should be getting voted out. Um, I don't know how Maxine Waters got back in. I don't know what's wrong with you people in California. Particularly black men. Well, I do not know what is up with y'all. You know, um, and I'll be down if y'all allow Susan Rice to come back in. I don't know why she hasn't been prevented from getting back in any position in government after her threatening Snoop, and then which was related to Gayle King attacking a dead black man who died with his daughter in a tragic incident. Um, it's like, just the ongoing barrage of discrediting and slandering black men, and you know uh, making black men demonic and punching bags all throughout all this time. Like every time anybody says anything about black men right now, they should automatically lose your support and vote or whatever, and you should be in total opposition to them. So I don't get it. But it's your boy Zulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm on the watch again. I do a video, man, on how these hosts, allow their authority to interfere with, the authenticity of the panels and the fairness and having a proper, discourse and exchange of information. You know, the egos are real, man. The egos are real. Uh, just haven't been interested in talking about women, anything like that. But we'll get back to it. We got to keep our eyes on this election and some other things I want to talk about. So y'all just bear with me. I'm gonna take my time, but I'm gonna get on out of here. Again, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.